Thank you for joining us again on the newsroom. I am Simisola Digo. The Supreme Court has affirmed Charles Soludo as the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) in Anambra State. The Apex Court, in a unanimous decision by a 5-man panel of justices led by Justice Mary Odidi, upheld the judgment of the Kano State Division of the Court of Appeal, which validated the primary election that produced Soludo. In the same vein, the Apex Court also affirmed Victor Oye as the national chairman of the party. The governorship election in the state is slated to hold on November 6, 2021. Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has assured that a draft copy of the proposed Edo anti-grazing bill will be sent to the State House of Assembly for legislative consideration before the end of October 2021. Obaseki, who presided over a town hall meeting on the anti-open grazing law in Benin City, said that his administration would not want to rely on needless arguments by some individuals who were intolerant of herders to put up a law that will be difficult to implement in the state, hence the need to brainstorm. He, however, insisted that he will not be coerced into signing Edo anti-open grazing law without wide consultations with the people, just as he charged the people to separate killer herdsmen from the genuine ones. Nigeria has finally reached an agreement with the German government on the return of Benin bronzes. According to the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the German embassy, both countries have affirmed that the process leading to returns of Benin bronzes will begin in the second quarter of 2022 with transfers of ownership. To this end, a framework agreement is to be concluded in December 2021. The MOU stipulates that the return of Benin bronzes from German museums will be embedded in a broad collaboration in the areas of archaeology, museum facilities, and museum cooperation. The World Health Organization has launched an expert group that will examine the origins of new pathogens, including SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. The proposed members of the WHO Scientific Advisory Group for the Origins of Novel Pathogens were selected for their expertise in areas such as epidemiology, animal health, clinical medicine, virology, and genomics. The 26 scientists were selected from over 700 applications following a global call and a 2-week public consultation period, which will take place for WHO to receive feedback on the proposed SAGO members. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has directed commercial banks to adopt the exchange rate in the importer and exporter window for cross-border payments through the Pan-African Payments and Settlement System. The Apex Bank gave the directive in a circular introducing the guidelines on operations of PAPSS in Nigeria, signed by the CBN's Director of Trade and Exchange Department, Ozuemena Inaji. The Pan-African Payments and Settlement System is a centralized payments and settlement infrastructure for intra-African trade and commerce payments. The Apex Bank further noted that export proceeds repatriated to CBN under PAPSS shall be subject to certification by respective processing banks as being repatriated by the exporter. In international news, at least one person has been killed and several others wounded when a gunfire erupted near a Hezbollah-led protest in Beirut. Hundreds of Hezbollah supporters and allies wearing black gathered at the Beirut Justice Palace, calling for the removal of Judge Tarek Bitar from the Beirut port explosion probe, accusing him of being biased. The blast, which killed more than 200 people and more than 6,500 wounded, was one of the largest non-nuclear explosions ever recorded and the most destructive single incident in Lebanon's troubled history. In sports, Samuel Chukwueze will be named in the Super Eagles squad for the World Cup qualifiers in November. Coach of the team, Ghana Rowe, who is keen on having him back for the crucial games against Liberia and also the game against Cape Verde in Lagos, confirmed that the Villarreal forward is back to full fitness and will be available for selection. The two games will, however, go a long way in helping the Super Eagles steal a spot in next year's Africa Cup of Nations. That is all at this time. We'll be back at the top of the hour for more updates. I am Simisola Digo.